Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mr.L, and today I'm going to be reviewing Persona, which is episode 10, I believe? Yeah, episode 10 of the Spectacular Spider-Man Season 1. Now, this is like the first episode of the Venom arc, so, alright, let's get into it. So the episode starts off with Peter freaking out in his house that an organic living mud basically has been discovered, and it is being contained at a lab that he used to work in. So, of course, he thinks he has an in as Peter, but Eddie Brock, who is his best friend, it's like his Harry Eddie is like his Harry Osborn in the show. He's like super close, super best friend that he grew up with. So Eddie tells him that since he's a photographer for the Daily Bugle, he can't be let in. So Peter finds a loophole that he just has to go in as Spider-Man. So he swings onto the rooftop to get a picture, but he accidentally sees Felicia Hardy was her name? I know it's Felicia. I don't know her other name. I don't know her last name. But Black Cat trying to steal the symbiote. And we cut to the theme song. And if you hear that theme song, it's a really, really good theme song. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man theme songs of all time, right next to Batman Tenas. The new anime series. That's what Tenas means. Okay, so the fight scene was very entertaining between Spider-Man and Black Cat. Yeah, they're just they've never even touched the floor because there's like laser sensors. You know, it's for like security. So the fight is all airborne. Like Peter's swinging with webs. He's sticking on the walls while Black Cat has like a grappling hook. Well, it's not really a hook, it's more like a claw because it's like a cat nail instead of a hook. So, yeah. So they're just fighting through the air. It was very entertaining to watch. And she opens like the case and they start going at it. And the symbiote starts to get out and starts climbing on the floor and climbs on the wall. And Peter steps on it and it grasps onto Peter's foot. And then Dr. Kirk Connors comes in, aka the Lizard, or he's already been the Lizard. Or he already was the Lizard, I mean. So, yeah. Okay, and he's, Dr. Kirk Connors is freaking out because the symbiote's gone, and Spider-Man just assumes that Black Cat took it. So he starts going after her, and the suit doesn't automatically go completely black. It's still the red and blue suit. But, yeah, it takes a whole day. It's stuck on his foot for a whole day, and then it goes. But we'll get into that in a sec. So, the symbiote is very much inspired by, the look of it is very much inspired by the Raimi film, like Spider-Man 3. How the symbiote looked in that movie. So yeah, I can tell that's how they got the inspiration, because this whole show is like one big Sam Raimi reference. But okay, all right. So next in my notes is that Eddie is overly angry by the fact that Peter was just taking pictures of the attack, because he was, but Peter was taking pictures of the attack and the theft of the symbiote when. This is his words, by the way. He says, he was here last night taking pictures and couldn't be bothered to call the police. Now, I'm no expert, but cops usually come, when you call them, they usually come in if it's a theft, they usually come in 10 minutes. This fight lasted 2 minutes. So even if Peter did call the cops, was the first thing he did was call the cops, they would still be too late. So, honestly, Eddie is overly angry, and it really pissed me off. And that's the one thing I don't like about this whole arc, is how Eddie is just overly angry. But I could be missing something. This is only episode 10, and I have only the first 3 episodes and this whole arc on DVD. So, yeah, I might be missing something, but I'm just gonna keep to my word. Alright, so, yeah, Peter finds out, or goes to J. Jonah Jameson, and he's like, "You're pretty flat out lies. Peter, or Spider-Man, didn't steal the symbiote." And he's like, and J. Jonah Jameson said, "Well, of course he did. He's Spider-Man." Because, J. Jonah Jameson. And he said that Dr. Kirk Connors was there. Ask him. He would see. He saw that Spider-Man didn't take it. And then he said, "What are you talking about? Dr. Kirk Connors wasn't there last night. He found out about the theft this morning." And it is revealed that the Dr. Kirk Connors that was there that night, the ooze was taken, was actually the Chameleon. So that's explained that, it's the Chameleon. So that's the main villain of this episode. And then we see Spider-Man swinging through the city, and we start to see, the ooze, the black suit start to rise up from his leg and turn his red and blue suit all completely black. Alright, and the reveal of the suit it looks exactly like the one from Spider-Man 3. It just without, the little curves on the top of the spider logo. It's just plain white. It's a much bigger logo than his usual one in his red and blue suit, and it's white. So, okay, hold on. I'm just going through my notes. Oh yes. When Peter finally notices his suit is black, he does the upside down to a window because he's at a building, a rooftop. He does the upside down in front of a window, in Spider-Man 3 when the black suit was revealed in that movie. So again, so that was Easter egg to the Raimi films. And then we cut to Peter in his first night out with the black suit, and he's all "Oh, this is so great. I'm loving the suit. It's making me more strong. I can help more people with it." So, of course, he decides to keep it. And once Peter is all at home with his aunt, we see Spider-Man in the red and blue suit robbing a bank. So, we automatically know it's the Chameleon. But everybody still believes that that's Spider-Man. All except for Flash Thompson, because, he idolizes him, so he doesn't believe that. Okay, hold on. Okay, yes. Black Cat and Spider-Man, they team up because Spider-Man's "I don't know who took the symbiote, or who's framing me for these crimes, but I want to know where he is so I can stop him." So Black Cat's "Follow me." And they jump from rooftop to rooftop, and the way they do it is just so cool. It's really cool. If I had to recommend one Spider-Man episode, this would be the episode. Alright, and Black Cat takes him to a very sophisticated, very ball gown cruise ship. It's a fundraiser. So they go there, the Chameleon is there, but he's disguised as Norman Osborn. And then he goes to the bathroom, locks the door, makes sure no one else is in there, and he changes as Spider-Man to rob everybody there. And then we get to the Spider-Man versus Spider-Man fight. So, and they point out how his suit is all black now instead of red and blue. They even said, the Chameleon even says that you didn't get my costume right. It was his costume. And, of course, Spider-Man kicks his ass. And his 2 helpers, Chameleon has 2 helpers that, gives him the technology and gives him, the makeup and the costumes. So, Yeah, he like drops like a little tea smoke bomb, like an actual teacup, but it's a smoke bomb, in front of Peter, Spider-Man, the real one, and they get away. And then the Chameleon gets on a speedboat. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, speedboat. And as the other two goons try to escape, Black Cat takes them, like lifts them up from with her arms, like lifts them up, and she just says, "Let's let the boys handle this. I want you to." And she kicks their asses, and they fall down. And yeah, just Spider-Man stops the Chameleon. He just electrocutes him with like these weird like little gloves that the Chameleon had. He webbed them from behind like handcuffs, and he just was electrocuted. The Chameleon. And the Chameleon was apprehended. He was arrested. And Captain Stacy automatically knew that Spider-Man on the cruise, the Chameleon, he knew it wasn't Peter because he said he's too tall to be Spider-Man. And he's much, built, more built than Spider-Man really is. That's not him. So Captain Stacy basically thanks Spider-Man for always watching over the city, and that he knew that everything on the Bugle wasn't true. And then Stacy then goes on to say, "I just want to know who stole the suit, who stole the symbiote." And then Peter was about to tell him that it's him, that he accidentally stole the symbiote. But you hear in Peter's head like a thought, and he goes, "If we return the suit, we'll lose our power, and we need it to help people." But it was like a very much angry voice, like, "We need this power to help people," like that. And I found that very creepy. And we see a cop tell Stacy, "Hey, good night, dude." And then we figure out the Chameleon is gone. And the dude who said good night is tied up in his underwear in the car, in the little truck that has criminals and stuff in it. Those big trucks, So the Chameleon escapes, setting him up for other episodes. The Chameleon is set up for other episodes, and our another Raimi reference here is the Black Cat and Spider-Man kiss. So there is a kiss between Black Cat and Spider-Man on the rooftop, and Spider-Man's upside down, doing his thing, like the upside down thing. And he asks Black Cat, "Why did you help me?" And she said, "You know why." And she lowers his mask like Mary Jane did in the first Spider-Man movie. And she just kisses him. And then she disappears into the night. And I don't know if she's seen again or not, but this is the only time I know of that she's seen in the show. And then we cut to the credits. Alright, so I give this episode probably an 8 out of 10, because this was very entertaining. The story was just great, and I was never left bored, because other Spider-Man shows the original 90s cartoon, and even the newer Spider-Man cartoons, I still feel a little bored. But so this was very entertaining. And I can't wait to review Group Therapy next. That's coming out Friday or next Sunday. But yeah. Alright guys, I'm running out of time. Okay, make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and I highly recommend this episode if you guys can get your hands on it. Please do. It's a really fun show. Alright, and until next time, Mr. L is out.